Okay, yesterday I did my final video was about Duke Energy and Progress Energy, and why is Hillary and Huma and Anthony Weiner so worried about this one little down here in North Carolina between Duke Energy and Progress Energy? What's the big deal? Why the Chef Tuan secret email? Why the secret meeting in Rayburn? Why all this intrigue with the lobbyist for Duke Energy and the lobbyist for Progress Energy dying, Turton? Her name's Turton, I believe. Why is their husband, who is the legislative director in the Congress, why is he immersed in all this? And what's so important about this merger between these two companies? Okay, and it's here of Duke Energy, and this is the plant here that they had, just one. This is at Lake Wylie on the border of South Carolina and North Carolina, near Charlotte. This is where David Petraeus is based, right? And now here is the company they bought, Progress Energy, and it had this key thing, which was this Sharon Harris nuclear facility to store the spent fuel rods. This is because this fuel comes in and it's loaded, and here's Fayetteville, of course. This is where our special forces are. This is going to manage the military. The military always goes with uranium because of its value. Very close. So you can keep track of the new developments here at this plant here, this Catawba plant here near Charlotte, and then you can also make sure your waste that could be turned into gold someday is not far away. So I'll show you real quickly what the Catawba plant looks like. Here it is on the coast there, or on the border there between North Carolina and South Carolina, and sure enough, it's a part of megawatts to megatons to megawatts program. Again, that's going to be the natural center of gravity near the special forces, for protection, etc. And here we go. There's the Mox Fuel plant that's built in South Carolina, $30 billion. Isn't completed. It's only 30% completed. Plutonium, big problem, hard to store, could be nuclear proliferation, etc. What if we could turn that into 1,000 times the value of gold? That would be resources for the future. It would help me win an election. Okay, so that is what we're doing. That's what I believe we're doing here. And it says here this Mox Fuel failed and the project got shelved. I think it got shelved for a future day to use and test in different places around the world, different programs around the world. Super colliders, maybe to change this in sort of a high energy alchemy. Maybe we're going to do it and use it, breeder reactors in Iran, breeder reactors in UAE, breeder reactors in potentially South Africa, etc. We're going to have a lot of experiments across the world trying to reprocess this Mox Fuel. And again, we can have a plant failed building project down here in Savannah River site in Charleston. When this waste is coming into Charleston, by the way, Transport Logistics is taking it up to Sharon Harris, right? And we're going to be able to use it as fuel for our plants all over the world. It's great because we don't have to pay for a thing. And this is not only, and I'm going to call these people the Dukes, the people who are on the inside of this, using the kind of knowledge they got from the national laboratories, all their experience in the national laboratories, they're the ones with the insider knowledge. This is how I think Hillary thinks about it, and these Dukes are these people from, they're kind of the descendants of these high energy physics scientists, a lot of them being Nazis, that kind of have this kind of world view of, hey, if we control this fuel of the future, we'll control the world like Pax Britannia controlled the world because they had the ships, or we'll control the world like Pax Romana because we had the roads, and Pax Britannia had the ships, and Pax Americana had the planes and the helicopters, right? And so we'll control this new world. It's sort of a Fourth Reich thinking. It's sort of a South shall rise again, but it's informed not by weapons this time, but it's informed more by knowledge here, and also secrecy, influence of different groups, influence and infiltration. That's why the Iwans are so important in this kind of national or worldwide kind of strategy, which is I call Pax Urania. And I believe that's what we have. We have kind of sort of an influence and infiltration program with the Iwans to really leverage the brain power of all these different nuclear laboratories with the waste uranium now, and also the uranium coming from the old Soviet Union for a Pax Uranium.